Welcome to the Beneath the Dirt podcast. I'm your host, Ron Bone. Thank you for tuning in. Episode 131 in the high. We finally got the explanation for where ha came from ICP on the welcome to the jam exam or whatever the fuck last week. But we'll talk about that. Thank you for tuning in. Everybody that's tuned in right now, whether you're on YouTube or your favorite podcasting app. I'm Ron Bono Beneath the Dirt. I've already said that, but what the fuck is good? Thank you for tuning in. I hope you had a good week. What is good? We got a lot of shit to talk about. A lot of stuff. And no shortage of news this week, I guess. There really isn't any week. Even when weeks I come on here, I'm like, ain't no fucking news. And then here I go talking about news for an hour. So, shit. Thank you for tuning in. What the fuck is good, everybody? We're in April, getting closer to that 420. We got a bunch of 420 shit coming up. I'm excited. Who else is excited for all the 420 shit popping off this year? But man, I don't want to start the show sad, but that's how we got to do it sometimes. Last week we talked about DMX having a heart attack, being in the hospital, and then he ended up succumbing to his heart attack this past Friday. And rest in peace to DMX. This shit sucks. You know, when people you grew up listening to start dying like this shit sucks. DMX, man. Been bumping a lot of DMX over the weekend, past week, really. And, you know, if you're watching on YouTube, I got this fresh-ass picture with him in the blood, that photo shoot for Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. And, you know, rest in peace, DMX. I know dude battled his fucking demons and whatnot. And a lot of people just can't seem to kick it, and it's unfortunate, you know, but the music will live on. Shout out to DMX. Rest in peace. You know, condolences to his family, friends, close friends. And if you ain't checked out his Drink Champs interview that he did with Nori and DJ EFN, you know, Noriega of Capone Noriega, the Drink Champs podcast is a dope listen. DMX is always fun to listen to. He don't really do that many interviews, but he did do Drink Champs just a couple months ago. So go peep that if you haven't checked that out. It's a dope listen, like I said. And rest in peace to DMX. And more stale news. Rest in peace to Guido. Guido of Zug Island. OG bassist for Zug Island. You know, they released the classic, I'll say it's a fucking classic, Crack Tiles on Psychopathic in what, 03? I believe. Written by Violent J. But that album is awesome. Rest in peace to Guido as well. So, you know, a couple of deaths this past week. Seems like we've been kind of not really having to deal with that so far in 2021. But, man, you know, rest in peace. Shit sucks. Losing people like that sucks. But in the case of these guys, the music lives on, which is dope. So we can always go back to the music and bump that shit. So rest in peace to DMX and Guido. Yeah. Sad, unfortunate fucking news. And, you know, one thing that bothers me when celebrities die, you know, it didn't happen with Guido. We didn't know about Guido until ICP posted it. But like bigger celebrities like DMX, you know, people start posting on social media prematurely, rest in peace, rest in peace. And it hasn't even been confirmed by the family or any big major news outlets that the person has died. And, you know, it didn't happen with just DMX, but it happens a bunch. And it's fucking irritating. Like, when I see it happen, when I see a bunch of rest in peace go out, I start hitting news sites and see if I could see any like official reports. And you don't. And it's just another case of the interneting, I guess. But that shit bugs me, man. Don't rest in peace a motherfucker until the dude is actually, or, person is actually no longer here. It's fucking rude, disrespectful. Something I was thinking about over the weekend, or as it happened to DMX. Fucking rude, man. But like I said, internet, you can't stop it, but still, the fuck, man. People need to chill the fuck out sometimes with certain shit, Certain shit, you just need to chill. But we got news to talk about. So let's get into the news this week. We're going to kick off with the ICP shit right off the fucking bat. And what we're going to kick off with is ICP sending out motherfucking refunds. I did get refunded for the April streams. One of the charges, I did get refunded. I saw a lot of people also got refunded. So if you haven't got refunded and you were charged twice, all you have to do is send a message through the Patreon. That's what I did. They never replied. I got to assume that they saw it, or maybe they actually are being proactive and looking for the two charges, or somehow seeing the two charges. I don't know. But if you were charged twice for the April streams, you should be able to get a refund. I got mine. A bunch of people got theirs. I saw people getting theirs before they got mine. I was like, man, I fucking hope I get mine, But I ended up getting it. So shout out to ICP for that. I was pissed about that shit last week. So I wanted to come out right out the gate, talk about they are refunding money if you were charged twice for the April streams. So shout out to ICP for taking the proper steps to fixing and correcting that situation. Very dope of them to do. So I got my $66.50 back. And, they kept the other $66.50 for the actual April streams. And the April streams are chugging right along. We had 3 new streams this week. First up, we had the Jam Exam. Welcome to the Jam Exam Part 2, where ICP broke down the EPs from the first 6. Starting with Dog Beats, then Beverly Kills, Terror Wheel. They did Two Dopes Fuck Off, the Carnival Christmas EP, and then Tunnel of Love. I love this show. The first one that they did in the February streams where they did the Joker's cards was so dope to listen to. I love when they do these podcast style shows. These are where they really just kill it, knock it out of the park every time. I just love the podcast style shows. I've been saying that since the October streams. And this was dope, Then break it down, working with Chuck Miller on the Dog Beats EP. Working on Beverly Kills, talking about working with Greasy. In the Ha. I've been saying that in the beginning of the show the past few weeks. And they actually talk about In the Ha and where it came from on it. So if you want to know, go peep the stream. I ain't going to fucking tell you. This is, unless they're breaking actual news, doing like some seminar shit, I'm not really going to break these shits down like that because you got to pay for it. It's that elite juggalo shit. You know what I mean? But the Welcome to the Jam Exam is super dope. I didn't think they were going to do Two Dopes Fuck Off EP. Like, I didn't even think of that. Or the Carnival Christmas EP. I thought they were just going to stick to, Dog Beats, Beverly Kills, Terror Wheel, Tunnel of Love. But it was dope that they threw in those other couple EPs as well. And again, they just really shine with these podcast style shows. So I'm sure it's up on YouTube. I watched the February one up on YouTube, and I didn't pay for February, but I did manage to watch it on YouTube. So it's probably up there. Regardless. And then Wednesday night, they had, I got to pull up the graphic for it, the Bruce Brothers Unexplained Phenomena. And they were actually talking about it during the Welcome to the Jam Exam on Monday, where Violent J was just fucking itching like fucking what's his name on Chappelle's show? Fucking crackhead. I can't remember his fucking name, but he was itching. He was ready to talk about Bigfoot. Bigfoot. And I got to assume I didn't watch this show. Granted, it is podcast style show, and it's my favorite. I was just saying, podcast style shit that they do is my favorite, but I have no interest in Bigfoot. I don't really have no interest in listening to them talk about UFOs or alien life. Not that I don't believe or anything. It's just not something I want to hear them talk about. And, Violent J was super excited for it. Jump Steady was excited for it. Shaggy could have seemed like he cared less when they were talking about it on Monday night. So I don't know how this show went down, but if you're into Bigfoot, UFOs, and extraterrestrial shit, peep that. And then Saturday night, they had the fenced-in Fury at the Folsom Felony Funhouse. Now, I didn't know that WrestleMania was going down this past Saturday, but apparently it did. And, oh, shit, ICP should have had this on Friday night to compete with WrestleMania. JCW to compete with WrestleMania? I don't know. But, like I said, I'm not even a big fan of wrestling, so I don't give a fuck. I didn't watch either. And so I don't know how this went down. I didn't see anybody talk about it, but the streams are kicking right along for April, and I'm going to pull it up. I meant to grab the graphic to see what the streams were coming up for this coming week. And yeah, doesn't look like they have it. So I don't have the information for you. But we had the Welcome to the Jam Exam Part 2, which was super dope, super fresh. Glad I tuned into that. The Unexplained Phenomena and JCW Saturday night. Didn't peep either of those two. But, the April streams, one thing I've been saying and wondering is how many people are actually tuned in to the ICP Patreon and watching these streams, and how many people are subscribing. I want to know the numbers. I'm nosy. I want to know the fucking numbers like that. Well, on I think it's the Crowdcast app where you watch the actual videos as they happen live from Patreon. It's all linked to Patreon. It actually tells you how many followers are following at ICP on Crowdcast. It says 1,243. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, I have the graphic up. I am not following, but I am tuned in. So at least 1,000 people are following, but that doesn't really mean that's how many people are subscribed right now or in February, October, whatever. But at least 1,000 people have tuned in at some point to watch these streams. And Violent J was talking about on the Welcome to the Jam Exam on how the numbers need to go up for the streams. And I've been saying, and I will continue to say, they need a cheaper tier. They need a cheaper tier. There's got to be, like I keep saying, a $17 option. I feel like that's a lot more affordable than $66.50. Some people might, I actually see a lot of people saying $66.50 ain't a lot. That's depending on who the fuck you're talking to. You don't know what $66.50 means to, any one given person. But $17, something, I don't know, maybe do like I don't even know, but there needs to be a fucking cheaper option if you want more people to tune into these streams. You got to lower that price. $66.50's, it's, I don't know. You could say it's steep. I pay it, but compared to other Patreons that I see that upload a lot of content weekly, we're talking about like $3 tier, $5 tier, $10 tier. I've seen some shit go up to $20 a month. But with each tier, you get more shit. So maybe have cheaper tiers where the person can only watch one video that week, or have, the $17 a month where they can watch all the streams, no merch. You got to figure out the cheaper options for the people who can't cough up that $66.50. Just point blank period. If you want more numbers, lower that Patreon. Lower that Patreon subscription price. It just has to happen. If you want more numbers, it'll make sense. You'll make more money by having the cheaper option as well. Because obviously, like I said, I don't know the official number for people that are subscribing. So I can only speculate, but if you want more people, more money, get paid, motherfucker. Lower that fucking subscription rate. Seriously. It's better to watch live than it is to watch the rerun. Granted, I watch them all on rerun mostly, unless there's an ill one happening on the weekend, just because I gotta wake up so early. I go to bed. Maybe I'll catch like the first hour live or something. Depends on what the show is. There's been a few that I watched in its entirety live, but it just is better to watch live than it is on the rerun. So you gotta lower that fucking price, ICP, Psychopathic, Jump Steady, whoever the fuck. You could still do it for April. It's still early enough where you could fucking get new ninjas in for the April streams at a cheaper price rate. But keeping it psychopathic related, fucking Ouija Macc. Ouija Macc is back. Granted, he did just dropped the project with Baby E about a month and a half ago. But he's announcing his first solo project of 2021 called Dirtbag. I believe I mentioned this on the podcast at some point. But Dirtbag is coming. April 30th, end of the month. Pre-orders are live now. The cover drawn by Tom Wood, who does all the ill juggalo shit and just a whole bunch of other ill stuff as well. Tom Wood's super talented. This cover art is fresh. Ouija looking like Jesus. And yeah, cover art is super fresh. He did drop the first single this past Friday called Walkin' WTF. Not the best Ouija shit I ever heard, but I still bump it. Beat goes hard. Produced by Shaggy the Airhead. I dig the single. It is very, I see a lot of people saying it's too simple. Too simple. It is. But sometimes simple is effective. And I think Walkin' WTF is that. Beats banging, like I said. The video's dope. I don't give a fuck. I think the video's dope. I see some people complaining about the video. But Walkin' WTF, the first single off Dirtbag, out now. And then we do have a track list. He did drop the track list. The artwork is fresh. It does look like, unfortunately, that the album, mixtape, whatever, is going to be coming in a cardboard sleeve yet again. I wish dude would do digipack for the albums that aren't the Elements. The Elements, Gutter Water, fucking Wasteland. Those albums came in jewel cases, but everything else is in a cardboard sleeve. I'm a CD collector. The cardboard sleeve shit, Just give us a digipack at least, But that aside, I don't even know if it's true or not that it's coming in a cardboard. I'm just going based off the images on his web store. I did pre-order it. I fuck a Ouija heavy. But the track list, again, all right, let's get back to the track list. Derailed myself. No features, no listed features on the track list. This dude really doesn't have many features on his projects. Not only does this dude drop mad shit. Last year was 4 or 5 projects. Already dropped one with Baby E. We got Dirtbag coming next at the end of the month. And all these projects, there's maybe 1 or 2 features on these projects. According to this track list, no features written on the track list itself. So who knows? Maybe there will be a feature when we listen to the album. Who knows? But we got 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 songs. Fuck, why'd I even count it? But Chapter 17 Records, got the logo right there. That's Ouija Macc shit. We got the Hatchet Man on the back as well. 17 tracks. I'm hyped for it. Ouija Macc is the shit. And I'm curious to see what he's going to bring. I remember him tweeting out at one point he was going to bring Chopper Ouija Macc back. So he's been doing a lot of slow flow shit. Could there be a return of the Chopper shit on this new project, Dirtbag from Ouija? I don't know, but the pre-orders are up. Got mine in. The merch is fucking fresh just because of this art that Tom Wood did. Just the artwork alone, in my opinion, is worth, whatever you buy. The t-shirt. I think there's a hoodie bundle, long sleeve shirt. I'm not big into merch. Now that I think of it, I don't even own a Ouija Macc shirt, but if I were to get a shirt, this would probably be it. I think this artwork is fucking fire. All his artwork is actually dope. Everything that he does, but new Ouija dropping at the end of the month. Let's fucking go, Ouija. Killing the shit. Oh, man. And let's get into some... Man, this shit... I've called it Kottonmouth Confusion, but we calling it D-Lusional right now. And D-Loc, Kottonmouth Kings announced the pre-order for the new album 25 to Life is up now on their web store, PTB Records. There is a CD-only option. I don't know if there's bundles yet. I looked. I saw the CD-only option. I did not place a pre-order for the new Kottonmouth King album because that's what it is. It's just D-Loc and not anybody else. Just D-Loc. So the new album, 25 to Life, is up for pre-order right now. And I don't even know how to break this down, but he did do an interview with Faygo Lovers, and he posted about it. I got my notes right here. I did take notes from the interview, but he did post, check out the new interview on Faygo Lovers. It was great chopping it up. Blah fucking blah. Much love to the juggalo, Juggolo homies that have been down with Kottonmouth Kings since the early days. We played the very first gathering of the Juggalos in a Walmart parking lot. I thought that was fucking funny. He did say that in the interview as well. I'm well aware that the first gathering took place in the parking lot of the Civic Center or whatever the fuck it was. So I know that it took place in a parking lot, but I don't think it took place in a Walmart parking lot. So this dude, I don't know. He just doesn't seem like he's all there. And listening to the interview that he did with Faygo Lovers, this dude was he was all over the place. All over the fucking place. Not making sense sometimes. Going off on plenty of fucking tangents. The interviewer, Callie Green Too Fresh, was not even really able to get in many words. There was a lot of shit that he didn't ask, maybe that he just couldn't get in because this dude was fucking blabbering for an hour that I would have liked him to ask. But the notes that I did get from the interview, these are just notes, things that I thought were interesting that he brought up. At one point, he said he didn't know D-Ball was joining the group. He kept talking about how at one point, it just seemed like Daddy X was fucking really just wanting to just control shit, do it his way, even though Kottonmouth Kings ain't even his group. Kottonmouth Kings was D-Loc, Johnny Richter, and Saint Dog. According to D-Loc, just him and Saint, who knows? But Daddy X really just seemed like he wanted Johnny Richter out of the group because Johnny Richter had his fucking problems or just doing drugs and became unreliable, according to D-Loc. And that's a reason why they brought Dirtball in. They recorded a bunch of songs Now, I remember them talking about this back in the day where songs were being worked on and just sent to people. They weren't even in the studio together. So there were songs being made, like he was saying, with Dirtball when he got brought into the group, like, and he didn't even fucking know. He talked about how Daddy X started doing drugs, fucking ripping everybody off. I think we've covered that plenty on the Kottonmouth episodes that I've done before, where X, sold the catalog to Kottonmouth Kings after he won the rights to it from Suburban Noise, sold the rights off, didn't pay anybody any of their publishing, anything like that. So yeah, all shit that we knew, and I was just talking about, Johnny Richter becoming unreliable because of recreational activities. We'll say that, D-Loc was kind of throwing Richter under the bus, talking about Johnny Richter got me into doing bad shit. They moved in together. They was huffing nitrous and he started smoking cigarettes and shit. Like, bro, you can't blame anybody else but yourself. That's you decided to do that shit, Nobody forced you to do that shit, but they were all living a fucking crazy ass. If you remember watching those old DVDs, the documentary and shit, like they was living it up. I would too. That age, California, Orange County, fucking yeah, I'd be wilding the fuck out as well. But I thought that was kind of fucking rude of him to throw Richter under the bus like that. I didn't think that shit was necessary. And then he started talking about, he really wanted to get into the current state of Kottonmouth. He was basically breaking it down from the beginning. The whole point of the interview was he really just wanted to hammer home the fact that Kottonmouth Kings has just been a revolving door of members, which is accurate. First album, Saint Dog, D-Loc. 95, at least 95% of the album, just them two rapping on the shit. A little bit of X here and there. Dog Boy was on it. And then Johnny Richter came in. And then eventually Dirtball. And then fucking Richter left. Bobby left. Pac got kicked out of the group. So yeah, it's always been a revolving door. And then Saint came back. It was just Saint and D-Loc featuring Johnny Richter on that Kingdom Come album. So he was just really trying to nail home the fact that Kottonmouth Kings has been a revolving door of members, and that's why it's just D-Loc in Kottonmouth Kings now. Just him, nobody else. This shit. Been talking about it. He said nobody is doing anything for Kottonmouth Kings except for D-Loc. Well, if you didn't fucking exclude everybody from Kottonmouth Kings, maybe other people would be doing shit for Kottonmouth Kings. I'm putting a lot of blame and have been putting a lot of blame lately on D-Loc for ruining Kottonmouth Kings. As much, just as much as I've been putting the blame on Daddy X over the past few years. Handfully, bunch of years, whatever. But yeah, if you weren't fucking excluding everybody from doing Kottonmouth Kings, maybe they would be down to do it. There was a DM going around of Richter sent to somebody saying that he's not involved with PTB Records. Don't tag him in anything PTB Kottonmouth related because he doesn't own anything and he doesn't want to be part of something that is just controlled by one person and benefits only one person. I never posted it because I don't believe in posting DMs like that, but that was floating around there for a while. So for him to say that nobody is doing anything for KMK except for him, then, well, yeah, obviously, dude, like you are willing to fucking drag the name into the dirt, kick dust on it, spit on it, and pretend like you're doing the fucking fans a favor. You're giving us a glorified D-Loc album with the 25 to Life album. And it's like, what? It's like, what the fuck, man? I'm a huge Kottonmouth fan. Huge Kottonmouth fan. Been down since Royal Highness, the very first album. So to see this shit happening now is like, what the fuck, man? Like, crazy. And the album's coming out in a little over a week. I don't even know if I'll listen to it. For the longest time, I didn't even support the Crown Power album because Johnny Richter got kicked out of the group. I thought that was fucked up. I knew X fucked that whole situation up. I ended up buying a used copy of it for like $5 at some point. So I guess you could say I indirectly supported the album. But it's like, I don't know, man. He also talked about how music is secondary, doesn't have to do it, but does it because he wants to. He talks about how he invests his money. He's not doing it for the money. He's been investing in real estate for the last 20 or so years. Props to him for doing that. That's dope. But if you don't have to do it, then why fucking spit on the name and kick dirt on it? I don't get it. Makes no sense to me. If you don't have to do it, then don't do it unless it's going to be done properly. Makes no sense to me, man. He almost acknowledged in the interview that the fans don't like it, but doesn't fucking care. Dope. You know the fans don't like this shit, but you're still going to do it anyway. Now, there are people in the comments on the Kottonmouth pages, PTB Records pages, that are saying that they're going to support it, even though it is just D-Loc. Cool. Go for it. I don't give a fuck who supports what. I just know what I support and what I'm not going to support. And I'm not going to support this. So, but he did almost acknowledge that the fans don't like it, but doesn't fucking give a fuck because he thinks he's doing a favor by doing this shit solo dolo. And he thinks it's the best thing to keep KMK going regardless, whether he's doing it solo or with anybody else in the group. He talked about he sent songs to Richter and never heard anything back. Again, if you didn't fucking exclude everybody, maybe they'd be more willing to jump on it. Or if you gave them a better piece of the pie, maybe let it get a little bit of ownership behind the name that they put their blood, sweat, and tears into. Maybe they'd be fucking more apt to do the group thing. So, to me, this dude is fucking delusional. There's no other fucking way to look at it. In my eyes, if you think different, let me know. But I don't understand it. I don't get it. And then we got, this was brought to my attention by Legends Will Never Die. Shout out to the homie Legends Will Never Die. That Johnny Richter is not following the PTB Records page, D-Loc, or Kottonmouth Kings page. He's not following any of those pages. So there's got to be a little bit of bad blood there. I wish that wasn't the fucking case, because when they were making music at their highest, Loc and Richter, which was probably Rolling Stone, like they was making classic fucking music. So to see him not even following any of those pages on Instagram it's sad, because he's just not involved, has no ownership in the shit. I didn't grab images to post during the live show, but there is shit that I'm going to read that Johnny Richter did post on Instagram answering fans whether he's on the album or not. And I'm pulling it up right now. And somebody asked if he was on the album. He said, I'm not. He said, I'll always be a Kottonmouth King. I love making music and am recording new songs with artists that share the same passion for the creative process and respect for the people that have made and continue to make my life one I feel privileged to be living. Fuck. Like, this dude's feeling completely disrespected by D-Loc. That's what I'm taking from that. Again, another fan asked if he's going to be on the album or who's going to be on the album. He says, I have no idea who's going to be on Dustin's new record besides him. I'm not on it, nor have I heard anything that is. So this dude has no, I don't blame him for not even fucking giving a fuck. He also goes on to say, nothing could change or erase all the good times, amazing experiences, and unforgettable memories that being a part of the Kottonmouth Kings family has brought all of us. But the brotherhood / family lifestyle movement that we all came to know and love aren't the values on which the band is currently being operated. This has been said time and time again from people in the group. Believe Richter more specifically when he did those interviews with Fagro lovers when he was kicked out of the group or left. I don't know if he was kicked out or left, but regardless, when he wasn't in the band, he was saying that shit. He goes on to say, I have too much love and respect for all the fans and myself that I can't and won't just go through the motions knowing how much the music has meant and means to so many, including myself. Thank you for doing that. Thank you. Thank you, Johnny Richter, for at least seeing that. I was just saying how D-Loc don't give a fuck and will do whatever. Whether that means fucking kicking dirt on the Kottonmouth Kings name and just doing a glorified solo album just to do some Kottonmouth Kings shit. So thank you for not going through the motions. And it makes me think when they were touring a couple years back after Kingdom Come came out and Saint was in jail and obviously not able to tour, and it was Richter and Loc touring with DJ Product. It kind of seemed like Richter was just going through the motions. Anytime you've seen some behind the scenes shit, he was just kind of chilling. Didn't look like he even really wanted to be there doing the shit. So, shout out to Johnny Richter for acknowledging that. He goes on to continue to say, I am and will always be a Kottonmouth King. Proud to accomplish as a group the incredible community of people we had in hand bring together. No one could ever take that away from any of us. Stay positive, stay high, and stay true to yourself, and it'll all work out in the end. Now, I do hope it all will work out in the end. Loc and Richter could reunite. Fucking maybe even Daddy X come into the picture. Whoever else, Bobby B, Lou Dog. But I'm glad Richter ain't doing it just to do it. I'm pissed that Loc is doing it just to do it. One thing that fucking really irritates me about D-Loc is, I'll start with the Pakalika thing. When Pakalika was kicked out of the group and when he died, the only Kottonmouth King to show up to his service was Johnny Richter. Nobody else showed up. That's been talked about numerous times. And now it's all rest in peace, Pakalika. I'm doing this for Pakalika, D-Loc saying. Okay. Let's talk about Saint Dog. Rest in peace to fucking Saint Dog. When D-Loc and Saint were doing the Kingdom Come album, it was like, yo, we're back. We're doing this. D-Loc and Saint, blah, blah, blah. Saint goes to jail. There was a hashtag Free Saint Dog movement going. They did fucking t-shirts and all that, Free Saint Dog. I don't recall one time, D-Loc or the Kottonmouth Kings page ever posting Free Saint Dog. There was literally no mention of Saint Dog the entire time he was in jail. When they were touring, in the very beginning, Saint Dog, I remember they were going to do a show, D-Loc, Richter, and Saint Dog. Saint hadn't gone to jail at that point, but didn't do the show for whatever reason. I don't know if we ever got a real explanation for that, but he didn't do the show. And there was no acknowledgement from D-Loc, Kottonmouth Kings, on why there was no Saint Dog when Saint Dog was clearly around and capable of doing shows. So no Free Saint Dog, no mention of Saint Dog pretty much immediately when the album dropped, that Kingdom Come album dropped. Fast forward, Saint gets out of jail. We finally get something from D-Loc. He did post a screenshot from Saint Dog that he did reach out to D-Loc. And then I don't know if there was ever any other mention of Saint Dog again. Fast forward to Saint Dog dying. Now it's all rest in peace Saint Dog from D-Loc. Now I'm trying to do this without being disrespectful, just because I do have so much respect for Pakalika Saint Dog. But there was literally no mention of free Saint Dog from D-Loc. But then when Saint dies, it's all rest in peace Saint Dog, rest in peace Pakalika. Not saying that he can't do that because he was friends with those guys, but what the fuck? Where was the support when they were here, when they needed it the fucking most? Where was that support then? Rude, disrespectful, like just the tip of the iceberg to explain or describe that. I don't know. I don't know. But where was that fucking support when they were here? I always wondered why there was no free Saint Dog shit coming from D-Loc or the Kottonmouth page when he was locked down. And that to me is fucked up. But I think I'm going to leave it at that because I don't want to. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Saint or Pac, like I said. So I'll leave it at that. But that's something that I've been thinking about for a while that I've wanted to say, but didn't feel like it was appropriate. But it's got to get said at some point. So I'm saying it now. Rest in peace, Pakalika. Rest in peace, Saint Dog. For real. You know, I've been down since the Raw Highness shit, so big fans of that shit, you know. But D-Loc is just out of his fucking mind putting out this glorified solo album. Because that's all it really is. He did say in the Fagel Lovers interview that there are no features on the album other than maybe a little bit of singing and screaming on some punk rock shit. But I don't know, man. All I know is I'm not supporting it. I don't even know if I should have supported that OG demo shit, but I did really want to hear that. I was always curious to hear how Loc, Richter, and Saint sounded in those early demos. So I did support that. I doubt anybody got fucking paid properly from that shit if the splits was right for the OG demos. I've said that before. But I don't know. Are you supporting the new Kottonmouth album? AKA D-Loc's solo record? You know, I never got a fucking copy to Kingdom Come. So, I don't know, man. I'm not a fan of this shit. And I'm not looking forward to it. Just to be fucking 100% honest. I'm not looking forward to it. So, don't expect me to fucking do a review a couple weeks from now after the album drops. I'll be too busy bumping fucking Necronomicon 2 Dead by Bong to fucking think about bumping that glorified D-Loc album. You know, no mention of fucking Sub Noise or anything like that. I was under the impression that PTB Records was a subsidiary of Sub Noise, but apparently they're just working close together. I haven't seen Suburban Noise or anybody SRH post about the new Kottonmouth album once. Outside of D-Loc, PTB Records, and the Kottonmouth Kings page, nobody's talking about it. And me. And Fagel Lovers. So yeah. That was the fucking D-Loc interview. And kind of breakdown for that, but more. Let's go to Suburban Noise news a little bit. Not much news. They did sign a new act, but first, they've been posting pictures. We got a picture here of Chucky Chuck, Obnoxious, and Johnny Richter chilling. Now, I'm thinking, could this be a group right here? Could this be a dope little group project that Suburban Noise is going to be putting together? Because clearly, Johnny Richter's fucking with Suburban Noise. He did that live stream with Zinger. He's been spotted with Zinger a bunch of times. Obnoxious, one of the newest artists signed to Suburban Noise. And then Chucky Chuck, the OG D-Gaff General, the henchlord himself, is back fucking with Suburban Noise. So could this be a fucking group right here? Chucky, Obnoxious, and Richter? Sign me the fuck up. If this is a group, or even if they just do a song, I know that supposedly there's work on a new Subnoise Soldiers album happening. So maybe that's what this is. But if this would be a group project, I'm in for it. Chucky Chuck's Henchlord album was dope. I'm not too familiar with Obnoxious other than the couple singles that he dropped when he first signed with Suburban Noise. And I'm a huge fan of Johnny Richter. Everything he's done with Kottonmouth, everything he's done solo. Richter is super dope. So I'm here. If this would be an actual group or just some speculation type shit, regardless, I'd be there for it. Shit would be super dope. And Suburban Noise also posted this picture. I thought this picture was kind of funny. Only because, not funny. Well, yeah, it is funny to me. But dope to see as well. We got Johnny Richter, Kevin Zinger, Madchild, Chucky Chuck, Obnoxious, and Saint Dog's son. All chilling here. We got fucking Obnoxious holding the fucking barbells. Not the barbells, the fucking, I don't even know what the fuck. The weights. Madchild, Zinger with the fucking MMA gloves on and shit. Madchild looking out of breath as fuck. We got Johnny Richter over here looking like a proud PO. 2, Zinger, Madchild, Chucky, Obnoxious, and Saint's son. That's why I thought this shit looked like a jail photo. Richter's the only one not wearing black, smiling and shit. Everybody else looks serious as hell. Super dope picture. This is the shit I like seeing, though. Jokes aside, this is the shit I like seeing. Madchild been putting out new shit. So hopefully he's got some new shit dropping on Suburban Noise soon. I still got to cop that Little Monster and the Little Monster Deluxe album that he dropped. Because I do collect Madchild shit. But I like seeing shit like this. This is the shit I like seeing. People uniting, being together, looking like they're getting along, doing it for the right reasons. In other words, this is the shit I like seeing. Especially Chucky Chuck and Johnny Richter. Chucky Chuck been down with the Kings for a long ass time. So super dope to see. I like seeing these pictures. And I'm looking forward to seeing what Richter got coming, Chucky got coming, Madchild, Subnoise Soldiers Project, all that shit. Super dope. And then the last little bit of Subnoise news, they announced a new artist. We got the Dropout Kings. I never heard of these dudes before. They seem pretty unknown. They don't have they do got like 15,000 followers on IG, so unknown but known at the same time. I don't fucking know what the fuck I'm saying, but I peeped it out. It seems like a new generation of head PE, if you will. I believe they call it trap metal. So not really my shit. The music sounded dope. Like the guitars and shit sounded dope, but not super impressed by the one song I did peep out. But the newest group signed to Suburban Noise, Dropout Kings. This shit sounds like some Suburban Noise shit. Straight up, though. Like, without a doubt, this definitely sounds like it belongs on Suburban Noise Records. So, we got one fucking guy out here doing whatever the fuck he wants, not giving a fuck about a legacy. And then we got a group of motherfuckers out here that actually care. And that's the shit I'm looking forward to listening to. Is shit coming from Suburban Noise. Doing it for the right reasons. Yeah. Hope I covered that right. I hope I didn't fucking... I hope nothing came off as disrespectful. I'm really not trying to do that, to Saint and Pac. Loc, whatever. If you want to be disrespected by it, then be it. But you're not doing it for the right reasons. You think you are, but you're not. Me, as an OG fucking way back in the day listener, I could see through the bullshit. Or at least I think I can anyway. maybe I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about or what I'm seeing, you know? Oh, fuck. My back hurts. Anyway, uh, let's get into some Magic Ninja news, shall we? We got these fresh action figures from Twisted. You could buy these action figures for $125. A special 8-bit variant limited to 100 pieces. You could buy these dope action figures for $125 fucking dollars. I saw them promoting it. I didn't know how much they charged because I didn't look at it because I don't give a fuck about the action figures, toys, whatever the fuck. And then I saw the homie Joker's Gallery say, these toys look like they're worth about $30. Why are you charging over 4 times the amount for it? And I said, huh? And I went and looked, and these shits was $125. Now, if I remember correctly, the black and white ones that they did were $100. Now, I get released in limited shit, but it should be for it should be for fucking retail price. One thing Magic Ninja is guilty of, they're guilty of wanting to create a secondary market. How can you create a secondary market charging secondary market prices? The fuck? Charge 30 fucking bucks for it and the shit'll sell out in 5 minutes. Then you create a secondary market. But Magic Ninja's guilty of doing that shit, overcharging for shit, and then flooding the market with shit. This has got to be the 3rd variant of these Knucklehead toys of this specific model that they've released in the last few months. By doing that, you're just killing the value of everything else, in my opinion. Again, I don't give a fuck about toys. I don't really know about toys. People have commented on my Funko Pops in the background. Those are just Jean Grey variants. I just like Jean Grey. I don't really know much about them other than I got them chilling on a fucking shelf back there just because I like Jean Grey. And there's obviously 12 different fucking variants of that shit. But they're all different, the same. But I, for the most part, paid retail price for most of those. No $100 bullshit. So, is what it is, I suppose. I don't know if that's what the toy market does, but I thought it was a little bit ridiculous. You're going to charge $125 for some fucking toys? Get the fuck out of here, son. But I do got other news on Twisted. Monoxide took to a live stream last week and announced that he is officially taking over the Venomous 5 project. He said he's got all the production secured for the album. He doesn't know if it'll drop in 2021 or early 2022, but he's saying that he's taking over the duties for the album and it's being worked on. This is the fucking news I want to hear, and this is the news I'm here for. Like, yes! Venomous 5, fucking, I need that shit. I'm hoping that we get like some Bad Mind type production, Zombie Aristocrats production on there, that type of shit for the Venomous 5 project. But regardless, I'm hyped for it, and I'm glad that he's talking about it on the live streams. He ended the live stream with, I'm busy as fuck, and if you want that Venomous 5 project, I gotta go. And he bounced. So I really hope he is working on that shit. I hope Zool's working on it. They're saying in their live streams that they're locked in the studio right now. Like they're in the fucking zone doing their thing. So that's dope. I'm hyped to hear a little bit of news on Venomous 5. Regardless if the shit ever happens or not, I don't know. But we going to keep talking about it because we going to speak it into fruition, that album actually happening. Other Magic Ninja news, Lex the Hex Master dropped his newest single, Thriller, presumably off episode 3 of the 4-part EP series that he's doing. This track is dope. I dig it. This is some hype type shit. Coming from Lex. So Peep this track if you ain't peeped it out. I'm glad to hear Lex doing some new shit. I'm hoping we get episode 3. We got those first 2 parts pretty fucking quick, and then it came to a halt. You know, I understand M&E's got to release other shit, but I'm always here for new Lex the Hex Master. Dude is super dope, super slept on in my opinion, underrated as well. The new single is fire, so peep that shit. And then Boondocks took to Twitter, talking about the plan is to put out 3 projects this year and some other stuff mixed in. All 3 are already in the works. Stay tuned. This dude, Ben, staying busy as fuck, doing his solo shit, working with Buckshot, Underground Avengers. This dude stays busy doing his thing. So for all the Boondocks fans out there, he's got some new shit coming out this year. Don't know what. You know, maybe it's that super secretive, mysterious group project Buckshot got in the works. Who knows? Maybe it's some new Turncoat Dirty. We just got to wait and see. But new Boondocks is fucking coming. Keeping it M&E affiliated, kind of related. Clockwork dropped his newest single this past Friday called Damn Thing. And where the fuck is a Clockwork solo album? Can we get that shit now, please? Every single this dude has dropped solo has been fire. And even his group, Them Chains, those singles have been pretty dope for the most part as well. But solo-wise, this dude is killing it. And we need a Clockwork solo album ASAP. This single is fucking fire. I love the singing type shit that he does, the switching up of the flows. This dude is fucking dope. And again, everything he's been dropping has been fire. I'm looking forward to an album if it ever does come. So go peep his new single, Damn Thing. That's out there on all DSPs now. And then we got another dude who keeps dropping singles, but no fucking album, is Jarren Benton with his newest single, New Script. And this shit is fire. This is on some like heartfelt, meaningful shit, talking about dead homies and stuff. I dig it. Again, pretty much everything he's been dropping solo-wise has been fire. All these singles has been dope. Give us an album. Please. Like, where's the fucking album at, you know? So, looking forward to new Jarren Benton. Looking forward to new Clockwork. Peep those singles. They're up on all DSPs now. I'm hyped for it. And then we got some Griselda news. Before we bounce the fuck up out of here, some Griselda news. We got Conway the Machine dropping an album this Friday. La Máquina, the Machine in Spanish. This is the album cover right here. It is up for pre-order on iTunes. Hopefully there will be hard copies of it. It's looking like it's 11 tracks, 39 minutes. We don't have a track list for it, but he did drop the first single featuring Jay Skis called Blood Roses, and this shit sounds dope. Dope. This sounds like it's kind of following up where From King to a God left off. I like this single. Conway, probably my favorite rapper out right now. Killing the shit. Surprise album. Dropping this Friday. I mean, anything Griselda does is really a surprise. They're just like, hey, we dropping some shit Friday. Be ready. So La Máquina is dropping on Friday. The new single is fucking dope. I'm super excited to listen to anything Conway comes out with. So I'm hyped for that shit. And then we got another new West Side Gun single. Dude dropped 2 last week. He's back with another one this week called Stain. This is Peter Rosenberg and West Side Gun. The cover art is fucking fresh, looking like some old school WWF, World Wrestling Federation type shit. West Side Gun with the belt, middle finger, Peter Rosenberg interviewing him like he's Mean Gene Okerlund or some shit. The single's pretty dope. I like these new singles that West Side Gun has put out as well. Not the biggest fan of him, but his new shit sounded dope. The new Conway, that new single sounded fire. Album's dropping on Friday. And yeah, super dope. We made it through another episode of the Beneath the Dirt podcast. Again, I apologize for my presence or lack thereof on social media lately. I am still posting daily, just not interacting as much. I haven't been doing the Ask Roan segment as well. I meant to address that last week. I'm getting my head in the right spot, but we're getting there. I appreciate everybody that's tuned the fuck in. I hope you enjoyed the show this week. We are 131 episodes in of the Beneath the Dirt podcast. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I wouldn't be shit without you. I hope I say that enough. I appreciate all the love. And I'm Roan Boner, the Beneath the Dirt podcast. And until next time, I'm out. Peace.